So far, we have investigated value estimates for specific natural resources or ecosystem services. And as pointed out by Núñez and Van den Berg 2001 on page 206, much of the literature on the economic valuation of biodiversity is actually about the value of biological resources and is linked only tenuously to the value of diversity. By contrast, Weizmann considers the valuation of diversity explicitly. In a paper called the Noah's Ark problem, he asks how best to preserve diversity with a limited budget. Here, Weizmann argues that Noah's ranking R for species I can be thought of as the expected marginal distinctiveness plus utility per dollar, where delta P captures the increased survival probability from a project that costs C. UI captures the direct utility of a species I existence, which can vary by species. Since most of us like panda ants better than mosquitoes, and funny side note, the panda ant is actually a flightless wasp. DI is the diversity value, which is the focus of Weizmann his paper. It becomes rather difficult to express, or at least beyond my level of mathematical fluency. Yet the intuition here is that species may be considered more or less distinct from others, let's say in terms of their position in a phylogenetic tree. Weizmann later applied this idea to the conservation of cranes, where he relied on expert opinion for input to the different survival probabilities and phylogenetic tree of the crane family. Weizmann analysis suggests that counterintuitively, the analytical preservationists favors making the safe species safer at the expense of making the endangered species more endangered, because a whole line may therefore be made safer. Continuing the seeming paradox, other things being equal, the strength of this effect is greater when there is a longer time horizon or a lower discount rate. As a final thought in relation to the valuation of nature more generally, let me quote Krautkramer once more, who opens here with the quote from Söderbaum: "Attempts to measure the taste of consumers or willingness to pay in actual or hypothetical markets are not very productive if those tastes or values and corresponding lifestyles are unsustainable in the sense that they systematically contribute to a degraded environment." Since individual preferences play a fundamental role in neoclassical economics, the role of consumer sovereignty in social decision-making is an area of disagreement between ecological economics and neoclassical economics that's unlikely to be resolved. Now that we have come full circle when it comes to what I have to say about the valuation of nature, what do you imagine that these caterpillars look like once they become butterflies or moths? As already indicated with the question mark, there was not much information that I could find about the scald caterpillar. That may be a leopard moth. But which one? I picked the fluffy green one, but according to Wikipedia, it is a family of about 2,000 species. I will leave you with one more leopard moth and the references, and I look forward to your reactions in class or comments below.